Yes indeed, there was meddling in the 2016 presidential election, talk show host Rush Limbaugh told his audience Tuesday. So it turns out there was a government interfering in the presidential election. It was ours. It was the United States government, at the time being run by Barack Hussein and his minions, Limbaugh said as he summarized the latest reports alleging former National Security Advisor Susan Rice led efforts to conduct surveillance on President Donald Trump and his associates. They have no evidence of collusion between Trump and the Russians, but look at the evidence of collusion between elements of the United States government and the Democrat Party. It's overwhelming, Limbaugh said, and the collusion of elements of the United States government trace all the way to the White House. This is bigger than Watergate. Certainly, it's Watergate style. It's in that league. Elements of the White House are colluding with the Democrat Party and the nominee to undermine the candidacy and then the transition and then the presidency of Donald Trump. Limbaugh said the fact that the Obama White House led the show in probing Trump was a signal the probe was political in nature. The White House does not do investigations. The FBI investigates, the CIA investigates, the NSA investigates, but the White House does not investigate, Limbaugh said. And if the White House is doing investigations, it's not because they're looking into criminal things. It's because they are engaged in political activity. The White House is not an investigative agency of the federal government. It is not. There are other elements of the executive branch that do investigations. So if she was doing this on her own, which we doubt strenuously, she was doing this to provide information for her superiors. And only one of those matters, and that would be Barack Obama. Limbaugh said all of the available evidence points to the fact Trump's aides were surveilled while making legal phone calls to others who were under surveillance. Meaning, the Trump people were not breaking the law talking to people they were talking to, he said. There was nothing illegal about the conversations themselves. So Susan Rice took this data, the unmasked data combined with the spreadsheets, and it was leaked all over the drive-by media, month after month, after month, after month, after month. The only crime that's been committed here has been by those people who unmasked the people in these phone calls and then criminally, feloniously leaked their names and details. That's where criminality has occurred, he said. Limbaugh said the surveillance was key to the time when Trump began to emerge as a serious candidate. Trump comes down elevator in June of 2015. Right? He says what he says. Everybody expects Trump to implode. Limbaugh said everybody thinks Hillary's gonna win in a landslide. Everybody thinks that Trump's gonna step in it and he's not even serious. He's doing this for other reasons, to promote ratings for his TV show The Apprentice or what have you. By October, Trump is still there, and he's running rings around people in the polls and he's doing well in Republican debates and his popularity is soaring and that's when surveillance begins, October of 2015. Limbaugh also had harsh words for mainstream media outlets not covering the story of Rice's involvement in the surveillance. The worst offender of this is CNN, but practically everybody in the drive-by media is treating the shocking, the blockbuster, the smoking gun story that Susan Rice was no doubt spying for President Obama on the Trump campaign and the Trump transition that it is simply a distraction, Limbaugh said. Sources News helped contribute to this report. It's News Exposed signing off.